usual discussion, but if people do start turning up, they'll be expecting a discussion, so we'll have to discuss things in a disgusting format.
Grr.
Disgusting discussions with Dragon and the boys.
Right. Let's check
Yeah, I
this
come up
race
with
out.
watching like that 3 hour video, as I say earlier, Cheeky, that Legacy of Kain game that I was watching. The interesting thing about it is it's a dead franchise, right? But it is a fan favourite and all the rest of it. But there's a couple of things that I've thought about watching that, documentary that sort of make a bit of sense, right? The game hasn't been renewed or made anything of since, Crystal Dynamics collapsed as a company, right? And they were bought out. But who they were bought out by is the interesting part. They were bought by Square, which is the guys that do Final Fantasy,
Mm.
and they already work pretty well with Sony as it is. Like, so they've got a pretty healthy relationship. So if Sony can sort of get that contract off them, they can make that game, yeah? Sony recently bought Bluepoint. They're the best in the business at remastering classics, so that sort of helps that case a little bit, yeah? That they could buy that IP. Sony's also said that they're bringing back some long dead IPs that are fan favourites, but nobody knows what they are. Well, there you go. Legacy of Kain's a fan favourite, that, you could bring back. It was on the PlayStation originally, so it's already got the history of being on the PlayStation. The Sheila that designed that game and that was basically responsible for the creation of that game, she went on to create a game in the future, and that game's known as Uncharted, and that's a Sony product. So she's pretty much in their company already, if that makes sense. So there is a chance that this game could be coming back to PlayStation as an exclusive very soon. And if you ever see it, Legacy of Kain, jump on that shit, because that would be fucking awesome if they ever remake that game. Me and J-Maker talked about it earlier because he's played it. It's fucking awesome. Best vampire game. Oh,
Oh,
it's
vampire.
yeah, you're a
It's
vampire.
like a
Yeah.
open world, or is it just
Well, it sort of was. It sort of like was before all of these open world games. Like the first game was like a top down, really simple game, and then all of the sequels after that went 3D, where you see your character and you follow your character around, like third person. But they're sort of all of the open world games and shit modeled themselves off it. It is a bit of a linear game, and but it was a pretty big world, and you could go to different places, but then you'd have to backtrack once you got new powers to go into different areas. It was like Tomb Raider before Tomb Raider, for lack of a better word. It was they were really, really, really good games. But the interesting part, as I said, was the story. Because in the first game you play as Kain, who is like this vampire, so you're going around as this vampire killing everybody, and then in the second game you play as, somebody that's trying to kill him. So in the first game you create the villain, in the second game you've got to defeat the villain you created. It hasn't been done in video gaming since. It was just a really good, solid story, everything. You know what I mean? It's just a forgotten classic, and I'd love to see them bring it back. I suppose. But hey, it could happen. Because if you put all those jigsaw puzzle pieces together, as I said, it makes a bit of sense. Because it's not impossible. You click those puzzle pieces together and you can bring it back. Because you've got the original creator working at Naughty Dog and shit, creating Uncharted. So if you got her on board, you do business with Square and they own the IP, so you've already got the ability to buy that if you wanted to. You just got to throw a decent enough offer. You know what I mean? It's a PlayStation exclusive. You know what I mean? It's just a win-win-win. Just yeah. But yeah, 3.5 hour video explaining all 5 games, Cheeky. Fucking long one. But worth the watch. But quote me now, if Legacy of Kain comes back in the next couple of years, you heard it here first from Drags. Alright, so who have we got in the lobby? Good old G behind me from China. I really don't like him sitting behind me on the grid because he just pushes way too hard at times. So I'll have to use that to my advantage. I'll just have to bait him into some stupid corners. but everybody else is just unfamiliar faces by the looks of things. I don't know, got G3 there. He's not bad. He's getting better and better. I think he's learned how I race and he knows better than fucking tracks. Me and him know a tangle or two. I need you to get on the sick unit for the daily races. And you too, Chafee. Both is.
I've rolled it. Ah, you dog.
You're doing rallies.
I rolled it just before the finish line. Fucking hell. How am I supposed to fucking... No. That's bullshit. Fucking rolled it just before the finish line. Very true to that.
Manufacturer's cup starts too, because that starts in a couple of hours. You should drop a quick lap on that if you enter the manufacturer's cup, choose your car company, and the opening round is Group 4s at Bathurst. Well, it's fucking just Group 1, it's not like an event that, you know, you're not going to want to enter because, yeah, it's out the shoot. Pretty cool opening event. That's Group 4s at Bathurst. I race for Mazda, so I'll be racing in the Tanza.
Well, in Group 4, I'd be racing that little fucking Suzuki.
It's a season, so if they're part of the manufacturers that are the seasons, you can choose Suzuki, I suppose.
Yeah, so you could. You could run into me then. Why would he do that? Oh, the jumps in this game are so broken. Yeah, it throws you too much. Yeah, how are you supposed to control it off that last one before the finish line there on the hill? It's just beyond me. And you think, oh, back off. No, that fucks it up. Oh, nail it. No, that fucks it up. So there's no happy medium whatsoever.
Now with the tyres on the pitch.
Just come right up me clacker.
So he goes, hello.
Oh, and he's just run into me. Oh, he's run into me again. This is a fucking computer player. How is he running into me all the time? Oh, shit, shit, shit. Oh, fuck, that was well controlled. Oh, he's run up me like a... You dog. Keep me foot into it. I can't. Bonsai Daniel's arm. No, no, yes. I've got to cross the finish line at least. Fuck doing that over and over again. That's a fucking piece of shit. Why would they want to do that?
Because I got the attention of the goldfish, and that's about it.
I do not get why you would want to do that over and over again. That is a shit race. Yeah, that's a shit race. Oh, look, they've got a Mark 1 Golf. I'm definitely buying that. 1983 Golf. Oh, they've got a Lancia Strata 73.
Fuck, I bought those cars.
532,000. PLA 2-seater. CTR3. Maserati. Definitely buying that Golf. Not the Mustang. First generation Golf GTI. It's the first type patch. It's only done 16,000 Ks, that's not bad. Considering the 09 Fiat Abarth under it has done 90,000.
Not bad at all in comparison.
One's an 83 and one's an 09.
Fucking old granny's car that you've got there.
Yeah.
Been sitting in the fucking garage since the hubby passed away. Never been driven since.
No, it hasn't been anywhere. Even the fucking CTR3, the RUF 07 model. Paid fucking nearly 800,000 for it, and it's got nearly 50,000 Ks. Oh, look at that. 93,000 Ks on the Maserati. Too many Ks.
So,
18 million for that fucking cheap 18.5 million for the original McLaren F1.
that's how much those cars until late game cars.
Not bad.
I have a glance, I mean, if there's one there, like, within, I think last week there was like the Corvette, 67 Corvette, for like 400,000, and I was like, fuck it, I'll buy that, 400,000, that's like one championship one. I'll buy that. If it's sort of like under half a mil, I'll buy it, but otherwise not.
The car that Elon Musk smashed is the legendary car.
Which car's that?
The McLaren F1. Have you seen the pictures of it?
No.
Look up photos of Elon Musk's McLaren F1. I mean, he didn't just smash it. Like, he fucking obliterated it.
Yeah, like totally smashed it. Like destroyed it.
Like, it destroyed it. There wasn't a straight bit of it.
What I say this? So what is it? Elon Musk, McLaren USA.
Yeah, McLaren F1. Because it was only about one of 4 that were sent to the US. Like, it was that rare.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, now you see what I mean.
Wow, he bought his first supercar, McLaren F1. This shows must. Wow.
And he obliterated it.
Look at that photo. That's fucked. That's destroyed. How the fuck did he do that?
He just destroyed it. How he lived is more the point. They reckon that had something to do with the fact that in a McLaren F1 you sit in the middle.
Yeah.
So he was relatively protected when he got, even though the car is obviously destroyed.
That's destroyed. Yeah. That's wow.
Because it's just beyond that point. Like, there's no even fixing that. There's no even thinking about fixing that.
I bet you that's when. I bet you that's when he had the epiphany. Like, you know, sitting in that Clash McLaren, going, "I'm a pretty fucking smart man, and I'm going to say we need self-driving cars. We can't be doing this dumb shit." And that was it. He just went down that path after that. If I'm that smart and I crash the car, I'm even going to say, "Fuck it, we need self-driving cars."
I can't recall how much he paid for it, but he paid a small fortune for it, like millions. And
it was at that moment that he knew he needed self-driving cars.
He couldn't even get insurance on it. Like, no insurance company would even touch it.
Yeah.
So he smashed the car, and it's a throwaway. Like, it's just millions of dollars that he just threw out the window.
He should have fucking launched that into outer space.
Yeah, aliens find it. Who the fuck mangled this F1?
They'd come and destroy us over that action.
I'm pretty sure it was only one of 4 American delivered.
It's a piece of art, F1, essentially. Yeah, it's a piece of art at that point.
Rowan Atkinson smashed his one too, but just not as bad as that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rowan Atkinson actually gave his one back to McLaren because his one was a daily driver. He drove his one to work, you know, when he was working at the BBC doing all of his shows, Blackadder and all that sort of shit. He drove it to work every day. Yeah. And it was just unheard of that you drove a McLaren on a daily basis. Like, there was no such thing as a McLaren F1 that got driven like it was just a normal car. And his one had done like 30-something thousand miles. And they were just amazed that it survived that long.
I'm up to 28 followers now.
And as he said, it was, in the end, it was just a car. I mean, he couldn't spend $1 million on a car and then not drive it. And I'd be like that. Even if I had boatloads of money, I couldn't spend $1 million on a car and then drive it once a month. I'd be in it every day. I'd be going down the shop in it. Like, I'd be devaluing it by the minute.
You'd be getting your dollars spent versus hours enjoyed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a simple philosophy for life, I'm telling you. I'm surprised it took this long to figure it out that that's the formula.
Look, I know, especially with the car market, if you're buying classic vintage cars, you don't drive them because the more you drive them, the more you devalue them. But
essentially.
All the same, I just couldn't see myself spending all that money, especially on a classic
It's
car,
wasteful.
and then just looking at it. Like,
well, I suppose that's where Elon Musk, I mean,
it's a car.
Yeah, well, you can sort of see why, you know, like, maybe that crash somewhat helped, you know, change Elon Musk's perspective to a degree. You know, like, you know, the amount of money spent on the car lost and all the rest of it. Because as he sort of said, you know, well, shortly after that, he actually sold all of his properties and all of that fancy shit. You know what I mean? And then decided to start living simple because, as you said, they're just sitting there doing nothing. They're worthless. It's the exact philosophy that you're saying. What's the point of having a fucking sports car sitting in the garage if you never drive it? What's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point?
I just couldn't imagine it. It'd eat away at me. I'd be sitting there trying to tell myself, no, don't drive it.
And you could probably
leave it there.
and you could probably understand him coming to that conclusion, going, well, what's the point? This car's now worthless. You know what I mean? Like, actually, I'm surrounded by worthless shit. You know what I mean? It's just sitting here doing nothing. He probably had that epiphany, having that near-death experience.
I would just crumble and go, no, I've got to go down, start it up, and fucking do with it what it was meant to be done.
Because, I mean, come on, anyone has to have had a near-death experience in that crash, yeah? I mean, I don't know what else you would call a near-death experience.
Yeah,
but, yeah,
when you look at the car, it's like, how did he get out of it?
Yeah, that's a near-death experience, if you want to call it one. And I would call it a near-death experience, because you could have died. You could have died. Yeah. That's not fucking right. You were near-death. Death was looking, going, nah, I'll let you just crash, you're right. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, but Death could have just went, yoink, at any moment, yeah?
But yeah, for 1994, that was beyond anything. That was beyond.
Well, maybe that's what changed
that you could think of.
Well, maybe that's the key of what changed him to sort of go, you know, like, fuck all this rich shit and then do something with his life type thing. I don't know, because he was, as you said, a rich young kid just doing crazy shit for a point there, yeah. And then all of a sudden he comes out as Elon Musk. Maybe that near-death experience was the trigger. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. Because I didn't even know the crashed that, but now looking at that photo, and they've got photos of how young he was at the time, I can understand that was pretty much before Tesla, and that, you know, looking at that photo, he was...
That would have been PayPal days.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That was PayPal days, that's before Tesla and all the rest of it. Maybe that, you know, crash was a near-death experience that triggered him to a degree. Because he did change drastically after that, if you think about it. He sold off PayPal and all the rest of it, and then just went bang, exploded with Tesla and all the rest of it. Maybe the near-death experience triggered something. Maybe we need to go out there and live and have near-death experiences to become great. Maybe that's the case.
Well, in the end, he built himself a supercar anyway, the E-Roadster that he had. And he drove that for years too before he launched it into space.
Yeah, and as I said, and maybe he came to the conclusion that, fuck, I'm a pretty smart man and I almost ended my shit driving this car. Maybe we should have self-driving cars so that smart people don't kill themselves.
All the same, there was a mishap recently with a young Indian lady and a Tesla.
Oh, no, you missed one fucking, the last couple of days. Look it up on Google real quick, sick unit, type this in for us, and look at the video you get a hit for.
I haven't got a thing with me at the moment.
Tesla jump. Some fucking rich kid in America, some dimwit, right? Fucking, you know Ferris Bueller's Day Off? How they fucking drive the Ferrari and they get airborne going over that part of the road? Yeah, fucking famous scene in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, right? There's a hill in California where you can drive and basically get air like that, right? So a year ago, some YouTuber took a car there and he went over at about medium pace and got airborne, like big whoop-de-doo-dah type thing. Well, about 3-4 days ago now, some fucking YouTubers decided, no, he's going to do it properly, he's going to hit it at speed in the Tesla. Oh my god, bro. You should see, he gets air, he hits hard, he fucks said Tesla, wrecks basically everything down the opposite end of the street. Like, it's a wow moment. You sort of go, but what a dumb cunt. Like, he's just, could have ended someone's life easily, could have went so horribly wrong so fast, execute it. It's just, you sort of watch it, and even the funny thing is, it does sound like a spaceship as it goes over that hill. It's like, it's Tesla, it's just like, and you just see it, just go sailing through the air. It's like, whoa, what a fucking crash.
Some Indian chick fell asleep behind the wheel of her Tesla, but her head didn't drop.
Yeah.
So the car didn't alert her.
Oh.
And she had her hand on the steering wheel, and apparently if you don't make contact with the steering wheel every 15 seconds, the self-drive turns off and the car just stops.
Ah. Yeah.
So she had her hand on the steering wheel, just sort of sitting in her lap with her hand at the bottom of the steering wheel.
Yeah.
And she fell asleep with her head up against the
Oh.
headrest.
Yeah.
And they reckon that's a bit of a problem because a lot of people could actually do that. They could fall asleep
Okay.
with their head back on the headrest.
Yeah.
Because
I'll say.
even my car does it.
Yeah.
If you sit at behind the wheel and you drop your head, the
Yeah.
car will beep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let you know that you're like nodding off or something.
That's the sign that you're nodding off. Like it's got a camera that looks at me and tells me that I'm
like nodding off.
nodding off.
Yeah, it's a good thing for a car though. I'm not gonna say that's a bad thing for a car. It's a good thing for a car.
Well, I've even tested it, and if you lean down, to go to your glove box or something, it doesn't go off.
No.
But if you just sit completely upright and just drop your head, like put your chin to your chest,
yeah,
it goes off.
Alright, let's get this race.
So yeah, it knows that your head's just dropping. It's a bad thing too, because your mum's got it in her car. And the last time she went away, she got a cracked windscreen, so she had to put the windscreen in place. Well, that was a fortune on its own anyway. But then they hit her with, oh no, you've got to have the cameras recalibrated.
Oh, the camera's in the windscreen or something.
Yeah. Well, it sits up where your rear vision mirror is. So there's a tiny little one that faces you, and there's one that faces forward, red for lanes. Because my car's got lane keep assist too, so if you start straying out of the lane, feel the steering wheel pull you back onto the road.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, like, we've got semi-self-drive technology in most cars now.
Most cars have got it, yeah.
If
you're looking at the windscreen of the car from the outside and you're looking at the top of the windscreen in the middle,
yeah,
you'll see it. There's a camera. Some cars have even got up to 3 cameras. The Subarus have got a real good one. It's got 3 cameras, and the Subaru one apparently is the best one. Yeah, because it's more for like it'll give you a warning that you're not braking quickly enough. You might actually run into the object or car in front of you. It starts to calculate your closing speed.
So self-driving cars are sort of like an embedded future of ours. The only problem is your cars sort of have self-driving cars. And
I don't think so much
time.
Self-driving, but definitely cars with all these aids we're seeing now with all these.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing. You can't have full self-driving cars and humans on the same road.
They'll just be. I think you find cars for a long time now will just be assisted cars. They're not really into putting 2-ton missiles out on the road. Because if something goes wrong, as has been proven with the Teslas, if something goes wrong with the software, there's a lot of trouble.
After seeing iRobot, I'd never want to have a fucking self-driving car.
Yeah, self-driving cars are a bit of a problem.
They can be programmed to crash just to kill you. Someone wants you out of the picture.
But if it's self-driving...
I can accept a Johnny Cab from fucking Total Recall. Johnny Cabs are cool.
But what happens if you're going through a big corner at 100 k's an hour and all of a sudden the software drops out?
True.
And the car just starts, and the car just starts going straight through the corner, like into the bushes.
Well, the best thing would be you wouldn't know about it for long. that would be.
You would die very quickly. But yeah, I just see a bit of a problem with self-driving cars. assisted. As long as you're behind the wheel and you sort of semi-alert with what's going on. Even in BMWs and that, they've got this thing where if you're on a freeway, you can hook onto the car in front of you.
Yeah?
So it sets a distance between you and the car in front of you, and you can set it to like 50 metres or 40 metres, whatever distance you want. And it hooks onto that car, so if it speeds up, you'll speed up. If it slows down, you'll slow down.
That's part of the integration of the full self-driving mechanism of the future. You know, you need programming like that to get the entire system to work in harmony. So it's a step there.
Yeah, that's been around for ages. That's been around for a good 5 to 10 years, though.
I'd call that advanced cruise control area.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing, but it's just only the high-end cars. That you'll only get it on the stage. You won't
The common car.
not anything we can buy anyway. That's a pretty technical system. But just the fact that we can even do that these days, that's pretty good. That's good enough. I can't say we're behind in car technology.
We underutilise our car tech, and this is sitting on an engine that doesn't need to be repaired for fuck's sakes.
Well,
the reason they won't release it is because it would kill the fucking repair industry.
Yeah, but the honest thing about that too, Greg, is it's the amount of money that engine costs. It's not that they won't release it because it'll kill the industry, because you can go to any and say, build me a bulletproof engine.
Yeah, they will.
The thing about it is, it's how much money that costs.
I wouldn't be cheap.
And to build yourself like a bulletproof engine for a car, you'd be looking at 50 minimum. And you could spend over 100 in reality.
Not more.
Well, you probably could spend more, but being realistic, if you wanted something that wasn't completely wild, but you wanted it bulletproof.
That gives me a bit of a
It all just comes down to what parts they use in the engines. Like they use forged pistons, they use steel crank and steel rods and not cast shit. But all of that costs money. So yeah, every car manufacturer would be able to build a car with a bulletproof motor. It's just you'd be paying 100,000 or more for the car, and it'd be like a little Mazda 121. What is it now? A Mazda 2. That's right, a little Mazda. Yeah, that's why Volkswagen came out a few years back and said, they've stopped all petrol engine research and development, because the engine has just reached a point where it really can't get any better.
Sure.
You can probably work on making it more efficient here and there, but apart from that, the actual internals of the engine, that's reached its peak. Yeah, that's definitely reached its peak.
I'll take a fourth. That would do. That's pretty intense, right? It's good. Fucking Sutho sort of enjoy it. I'll give Sutho a fucking nod there. Go Sutho. You fucking really held me honest. But you probably cost yourself by being a bit too aggressive by diving at me, bro. I'm going to say that. There's many times that if you had just committed and stayed close to me, you would have outraced me. But you made a couple of silly moves. yes, next month's update for this game should be an impressive one with the endurance races and all the rest of it. Looking forward to that. 8 endurance races, buffing all the races for all the whingers out there. Fucking whinging cunts. Yeah, they're making up the races and shit.
Well, at least they're
fucking
gonna,
alright, buff it
at
and give
least
us all
they're gonna
heaps of
buff
cash.
but the thing is, they're gonna buff the higher end ones that you need to put time into anyway.
Exactly, and then the ones I've been doing, which is going to just benefit me threefold. Dumbasses. All these people. Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's win-win for us. So they can whinge all they like.
Yeah. We just got the biggest paycheck ever.
Yeah, we just get the benefits of their whinging.
Yeah.
Which is the stuff that we
buffed
like
them
doing.
and then put the cost of the cars up.
They couldn't do that anymore.
Fucking, I would love to see the hissy fit that would ensure on the internet. Just would love to see it. I'd pay money.
I am at the moment staring at a McLaren F1 that is $18,500,000, and it's a 1994 model car.
Yeah, but why be in a hurry to get a car like that? I mean, like, leave that for your end
What
game.
are you going to use it for?
Exactly. What are you going to use it for? Shit. There's not even any races where that's a suitable fucking car. Or a realistic car.
And I'll be really honest with you.
Maybe in the endurance races next month. Yeah, maybe in the endurance races next month these cars will have some value, but not now.
But I'll be really honest with you. A BMW M3 or a SLS Mercedes or whatever would probably be a better car than that.
Oh,
like a new one.
I've put like almost 6,000 to 7,000 Ks on this Atenza. 6,000 to 7,000 Ks on just one car. It's that fucking enjoyable to drive. It's a good 3 car. I've been able to use it on a variety of races. It's earned me basically all of my money, every cent of it.
I just don't see the plus apart from just saying you've got it in your collection of having that McLaren F1.
Yeah, and I'm in no hurry to sort of fill out the collection. I mean, like, I'm a collector level 35. If I see a used car I don't have, I buy it. You know what I mean? That's it. If I see a used car I don't have, I buy it. Plain and simple.
It's a great car, and I like the shape, and I like, but it's in the end, it's a 1994 model car, and I'm not going to use it for much.
Yeah. Exactly, so it doesn't have any value in my eyes.
Your cockpit view in it would be pretty good being in the middle.
Nah, that'd be off-putting to a degree.
You reckon?
Yeah, because I race cockpit, it'd be a bit off-putting.
You got an equal chunk of both sides of the car.
Yeah, but I'm used to racing where one side of the car's wider than the other.
That's why they called it the F1, because it's just more or less like driving an F1 car.
Yeah.
You sit in the middle and it's got the same layout.
And hope for the best. Hit that accelerator and hope for the best. But I'm sort of glad that they're buffing the races for the fucking wingers to a degree, because it's only played in my favour.
Exactly.
Yeah, like we're getting extra endurance races introduced, which is awesome because, it needed them. And, you knew they were coming, though. That's the thing. You knew they were coming, so, here's our first major update, next month. Endurance races, buffing of races, increasing the used cars in the legendary car market.
I'm actually pretty surprised they're doing it that quickly, even.
Well, I'm just impressed that they actually sort of gave you a preview of what they're planning for next month, that they're telling you what to expect for next month. That's good. I mean, not many other a lot of game companies do it, but at least, these guys have done it, all these YouTubers that are bitching and whinging about, their communication's poor and all the rest of it. Suck a dick, bitch. I mean, their communication's fine. I mean, are you just deaf or something? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they even told you why they nerfed the races, and you had a dummy spit about it. Like, they explained to you in simple English why they did it, which was they don't want you to feel bored when you're playing the game by just doing one race over and over again. They don't want you to feel that way. They want you to, race heaps of different tracks, where they all sort of pay quite well. And they still just want to race the one track endlessly to earn their money. Did you not listen to what the guy said? He doesn't want you doing that because it's boring. and you guys are all yelling that it's boring, and it's the only way to like. There's many ways. It's just such a ridiculous argument from the YouTube community on the whole grinding microtransaction bullshit. But as you said, they're casual gamers and they don't know fuck all about anything. They're on to the next game. They're on to the next game to get the clicks for the next video, and then the next game to get the clicks for the next video. They ain't worth shit. Half the YouTubers out there. Yet they've got all these followings and they sway the opinion. I mean, because of the YouTubers basically making videos saying, oh, the microtransactions are so bad, the review score of this game is now a 1.6 because they're basically told their audiences, go review bomb this game. Without saying it, they've told them to. True? Like, they've made it happen. So YouTubers are accountable in my eyes. They're fucking right, and half of the YouTubers that are spitting out that bullshit, they don't play the game. Haven't seen them on the track once. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, just being real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fucking, they don't play the fucking game. You know what I mean? They're not real YouTubers. And the lack of balls on any of the cunts to turn around and say that, oh yeah, they nerfed these 4 races, but they buffed 9. The lack of balls it takes to not, say that, fuck, is astounding in my eyes. It really is. It's fucking astounding to sit there and go, oh, they nerfed 4 races, but then totally ignore the fact that they buffed 9. You ballless cunt. That's all I gotta say, you ballless cunt. You only want to acknowledge the bad. You're the worst of society. You're the people that fucking steal our oxygen. Be done with you. Like, you just find negativity in anything, don't you? Can't find positivity in anything. Your life must be so joyless. That's just the way I look at it. It must be utterly fucking joyless. I mean, as we broke it down before, I've played 150 hours of this game, so I'm down to roughly under $1 an hour spent. Pretty fucking happy. Pretty happy with my investment. Less than $1 an hour on my entertainment. That's value. But fuck, if we had it the YouTubers way, bro, fucking this game would be finished. I'd own the entire collection, and there'd be nothing to do because they want it all now, yeah? So,
basically.
Yeah, so thank fuck it's not their way. I want this, I mean, like, when I bought this game, I wanted it to last me at least a year. So far, it's doing that. I know, can't please all of the pussies of the world, I suppose is the metaphor there. But as we've discussed many a times here, they've got the attention spans of goldfish now. It's modern society's fault, TikToks and all the rest of it. Nobody's got time to spend, time researching, I suppose. They just go with the herd mentality like sheep. 1 minute until the next race. We had a viewer a second ago. Do we still have a viewer? No, somebody just popped in and popped out for a view. Still haven't won the engine in any of my spins. I'm fucking pissed about that tick unit. I've put in fucking time and I've had a lot of tickets and I haven't seen the engine once.
Yeah, I won something for something, but it wasn't an engine.
Yeah, I think I got a supercharger for
maybe
this.
some suspension or something.
Yeah.
For something, but I don't even know what it was.
Yeah, I've got a fucking suspension for a Chevy Nova 79. Like, I don't even like that car.
No.
Yeah, like, fuck me, Dad. Yeah, like. Yeah, it is what it is. My engine's coming soon. It's gonna be a good one, I can feel it.
So
Right.
when does this manufacturer start?
Can you actually check that?
On it.
No. I'll check it after this race.
I'll hit enter.
Yeah, hit enter because you'll have to choose your manufacturer. Like, this will determine this season's entry. So when the track changes, you'll still be racing for that guy. I just chose Mazda because I'm pretty comfortable in a Mazda on many different courses. It's the only reason I chose Mazda, because I know how to drive a Tenza and I know how to drive the RX Vision. I've practiced those two cars, so fuck it. I went with Mazda. So I'll suggest just choosing a brand that you're comfortable racing, more or less.
I'm not comfortable racing any of those.
And you don't have to enter. You don't have to enter the races if you don't want. It's just that it gives you the option then that you are entered, or put you in a group. I think I got Group 2 or GT2 or whatever. Like you got, I think there's like 3 categories or something.
See that GT2.
Yeah. So you'd be in the same group as me.
I'll pick Volkswagen. I've got a Scirocco.
No. Hear me out. You don't need to have the car, by the way. You don't need to have the car. You can choose any brand, and even if you don't have the car, they're going to give you 2 cars.
Oh no, I don't have that.
Yeah. Like, regardless of which brand you choose, they give you the cars, because you're representing them, so you get these cars for free, essentially. But you can only use it there. That's the only problem.
Sign contract. So the Group 4 is a Scirocco and the Beetles are Group 3.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
That Beetle's pretty quick. Yeah, that Beetle's pretty quick there.
I'm consistent on those tracks too. But
that Beetle is pretty quick. Looks big too. Ricky Bobby has agreed to compete in the GT7 Manufacturers Cup representing Volkswagen.
Bus automobile.
Pick. So it's at 2200, 2300, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
Okay.
So there's 5 races you can do tonight. The first one is in 7 minutes, so I might actually do it. Yeah.
In this race. Oh, I should be able to make it.
Racing cars, mediums and that. I'm going to spend money on them.
First round's a bad first at the moment. I don't think the bad first has running for turned on.
Piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
Piece of shit. You're a rat piece of shit.
Come across and let go, but you piece of shit.
Ripley. An old car. It's you, fucking Jesus.
This
Day
old
of
car.
my life.
Yeah, this old car.
Fucking 49 in July. Yeah. What? 49. Yeah. I feel at least 60. Fucking oath. I think it's well overdue. 34.
Yes, happy welcome to the world, Dave.
4 years ago.
Funny how.
I can't do that. I don't play that out.
Popular music. Popular music.
What time is the big boy?
Well, Anthony was a big boy in the set.
Funny. Oh my God. 34. You old fuck. Yeah, it's just
Nothing really wrong with it. It's
It's
just
just
one of the
GTA.
Just
You
trying
wanna know
it
what's
out.
just-
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
you
been
wanna know
around
what's
a
wrong
long
with it?
time.
It's just still GTA. That's the problem, I suppose. Nothing.
oh, it's just
It looks pretty.
There's a couple of little exclusives for the PS5, but yeah, in all honesty.
Looks pretty, maybe. Why
No,
not? It's just,
it's not even that. It's just we always knew it was going to be GTA 5 and weren't
Looking
expecting
pretty.
much more than a prettier looking GTA 5, and that's about what we got.
yeah, that's about what we got. Yeah, like it's,
Enough to get in there and play it like it was
Yeah.
a new game? Probably not.
nah, definitely not. Definitely not. If you've seen it once, you've seen it once. Yeah, like.
no, it's not.
Tell you this way, they shouldn't, to the point where they should not have charged for it. Yeah, tell you this way, to the point where they should not have charged for the upgrade. The upgrade should have really been for free, like being honest. Yeah, that upgrade should have been free.
PS5s, you should go and get one. Yeah, just put on Afterpay.
I think you can get the discless version for 600.
Discless.
Oh, I missed the first round. Oh, I missed the first round by like a minute.
Did you just buy all your games online then?
I missed the first.
You're not a fan of the dickless version?
I got one for me son. It's not the worst thing ever. It's just, yeah, you can't buy discs, that's all. But
you like dick.
Apart from that, well, we know that. Don't state the obvious. Everybody knew that.
You're not a fan of the dickless version?
No, he's not.
You're kidding me. I missed entering the race by a minute. 1 minute. Ricky Bobby with a 222.064.
Yeah, not great.
Not great.
Fuck.
Griffo. Good old Griffo. He's got a time up there.
Is he on?
He's got a time on Bathurst. You should do it, Chiefy. Are you on the game or not, Chiefy?
I don't
know. I actually never.
Oh, what?
You should register for the Manufacturers Cup. It's happening tonight. There's like 4 races that you can be part of left over the next couple of hours.
Yeah.
It's Bathurst, Group 4. It's not like it's a shit track.
Bathurst Group 4.
At least register for a manufacturer so that, you know, future races you can be part of if you want to be part of them. Like, you don't have to be part of them, it's just, you might as well register for the fucking, you know, sake of it. Represent someone. Feel like you're a racer. Choose a car company.
Yeah.
I actually want to give it a bit of a go this year and try to get some points up.
Fell asleep. No. Whoa. What hit the shot?
Which means I should practice this track a bit. Let's see.
Punched him.
You gotta stop flying Qantas. Maybe try jet start.
I've had it. These motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Surprised I never did that as a commercial. For an airline. You need to fly Jetstar instead of Qantas.
Because I've had it.
Because I've had it.
These motherfucking snakes. Pulled the 220. Pulled a couple of seconds off it. That's alright. Better than fucking what I did before. Jesus.
The difference of drives in the Group 3 cars, I'm gonna say that. The 10s are Group 4 is a lot different to drive than the fucking Group 3. Just doesn't do the same. But it should be good. Either way. So how long until the next race? Fuck, it's at 2300. I could probably squeeze in another daily race or two. Let's change colour. So here we are. This race we can do. Fuck, alright, we're way back on the grid. We're 12th, so we're racing some top end cuts this race. Fuck. going to be a fast race, by all the things.
5 lapper. Fuck. 5 lapper slapper.
5 lapper slapper. You old slapper.
Slapping it up.
If it's no good at the start, then the tyres are going to degrade, then you know it's going to get worse.
It's going to get worse. After the apex in this one, in some colours is the Gryffindor house.
The Gryffindor.
Fucking nerds. You invoke fucking Phoenix. You've spoken the fucking sacred language of the fucking Harry Potters. He'll be slithering his ass in here soon. Good joke, Giants. Good joke.
Fucking fucks.
Get out of
Bunch of fucking ugly pups. It sounds like an insult. Anytime they ever spoke, you'd just turn around and say, you fucking shut the fuck up. Time. 4 laps. Shouldn't be too difficult.
It's kind of nice. Huh?
Fucking dive bombing Jap.
Pearl Harbor, Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor bomb, Jack.
Fucking dive bomb. You can count on them every time. Fucking dive bombing Jap. Ah, there's got to be one in every race.
There's a dude that appears in my races quite frequently. His name's Dive Bomb First Turn. It's like, this cunt. I fucking hate this cunt. Because he does it too. He's not lying, he actually does do it. Porsche, nice. At least you know you'll be in the Porsche every time. Like, like the other brands, you know, give you different models and shit, you'll have a Porsche pretty much every race. They're pretty controlled. Struggling to catch this one at the moment. It's just too limited.
Oh no, didn't turn. Oops. Oh, sorry, fella.
Yeah, not bad race. Race. Looking more like a Bundy.
Bundy.
Bundy on.
Nobody say Jack Daniels, I will kill you.
I can picture you being the Bundy bear, Chief. I can actually picture Chief being the Bundy bear.
Or you could have, even better, Chiefy. Johnny Walker, arsehole in a bottle.
Yeah. Just so many people like Jack Daniels. Annoys me.
Get some Johnny Walker into you, arsehole in a bottle.
Johnny Walker. Fucking hell.
Scotch.
I know a guy who always has wild turkeys.
Oh, on the turkeys.
He's always on.
Makes the
Cougars aren't
turkey
bad.
himself.
Cougar isn't bad for a cheaper one.
Cougars are good. Love a cougar.
Yeah.
His mum. What? No, it's Mark.
Ah, I blew it.
Oh yeah, I've never had that one. I can't think I've heard it. I'll get on the rums and start trying to knock every cane out. No, I'm a Jim Beam man for me. That's it. Chivas Regal.
Bit of shivers. Expensive arsehole in a bottle.
Expensive. Johnny Mac got me into that one. You get a bottle of it, and I remember just enjoying it. Really. I loved it. That and Hennessy, I think. I don't even think about it. I could taste it.
And Hennessy's yak, that's different.
Cognac. On the yak.
Kong.
It's just nice. It's very easy to drink. Bit of Coke.
No, we're all gonna start drinking lean like the cool
You
kids.
don't put fucking Coke with Hennessy, do you?
Yeah, you have to.
No, you
No,
don't.
you don't.
You don't. You have to do the opposite of
That's
that.
a
You have to
sin.
do the fucking opposite of that and not do it.
That's a sin.
That's a fucking
Fuck.
sin. Like, that is a
That's
sin.
straight spirit.
Wow. Yeah, that's a sin, Chief. That's
Yeah, that's the way it's
sin.
supposed to be
Wow,
drank.
you
Ain't
are
you
going to
Hennessy?
hell. You are coming to hell with this.
Hey, you
You
get
just
that shit
committed
in
an ultimate
fucking
sin.
clubs and that, nightclubs, doesn't it usually just come normally? with
Nah,
Coke?
nah, you'll come to hell with the rest of us because that's a
Oh,
sin.
Hennessy.
I'm sure of it. Oh, he's sick of it. He's coming with us. You know, Mr. Good Guy Chief, he's come to hell too. He just committed a sin. that's like an ultimate sin. You don't do that one, Chiefy. Oh.
I know with some cognacs you don't drink anything.
No, just no
Hennessy.
cognac. No cognac. Thank you. No cognac. No cognac by definition of the word cognac. You don't mix that. It's not a mix. You've got
Yak,
it-
mate.
No, I know
Yeah.
some of them, because some of them come with like it's already got the sweetness to it, like Alizé or something. I think
Alizé.
That's different because they're mixed
Like-
with like a
it's mixed in
fruit.
with like it's got a
Yeah, a fruit
taste.
juice type thing.
So I know those ones you don't mix.
That's fine.
If it's
Like,
a
you know,
straight spirit,
but Coke,
like you can
Coke,
add some
no.
Coke to it.
Ugh.
You add it to everything. Coke.
Like, the only reason being is the average bottle of cognac will run you, and I'm talking probably the cheapest on the shelf is about, I don't know, fucking well back in the day when I worked there, about $60 a bottle, which was fucking expensive.
more than that now.
It'd be
yeah.
a lot more expensive now. It'd be like $100 a bottle or something for a bottle of cognac. So you're not going to go mix that with something that you buy for $2. Fuck no. That's an insult to what you're about to drink.
$100 and
Yeah.
$102.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. But it's sort of an insult to what you're about to drink. If anything, they reckon
Well,
that.
isn't that any bourbon, any spirit?
Nah,
Anyway,
they're
no,
designed
they're
for
not.
it.
It shouldn't be
Bourbon.
mixing any spirit anyway.
Yeah, nah. Well, yeah, pretty
Everything
true
should
there.
be just on the rocks, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be
Really?
on the rocks. It all should be on the rocks. But you could mix bourbon and that because, yeah, you know, it's become socially acceptable and all the rest of it. But cognac still stands on the chart as, no, you don't mix this one. This one's a savour the taste, drink it on ice. Or, yeah,
Because
you
they
know,
sell
like,
it a
yeah.
bit more. Like you put more on the price tag. So
Just for the process of how it's made and that type of stuff.
not
like,
based on the
yeah,
taste or anything. It's just
It's
based
hard-
on the price tag.
I got a
It's hard to
triple
make,
once,
Chief.
Chiefy.
It's
at
hard
a,
to make.
At a pub
Yeah.
at Young and Jackson's in the city. This was many years ago too. I got triple cognac, and it was $30.
There was a bottle at Dan Murphy's when I worked there, Chief. 750 ml bottle, right? Only 750 ml, right? So
$30
nothing big.
for a triple cognac.
Alright, how much do you reckon this bottle costs, Chiefy, for 750 mils? What do you reckon the most expensive one was on the shelf for cognac? 750 ml bottle. What do you think the most expensive one was? And I'm talking this is probably about a good 15 years ago.
10 years ago, like the most expensive cognac.
Yeah, the most expensive cognac we had at Dan Murphy's on the shelf.
Probably like a
couple of hundred there. You'd be thinking, yeah.
How much would you? Yeah. What's the price?
It was $2,800, Chief. $2,800 for a 750 ml bottle of cognac. That was it. 2,000, and that's just like your regular Jim Beam size bottle, 750 ml. Nothing, not big or anything, but $2,800. The bottle itself was actually crystal, so therefore you got a bit of money's worth there because you're buying a crystal bottle, because it is actually crystal and that type of shit. So it's an expensive bottle, but the price of the cognac, I remember my boss said to me, he goes, there's a bar in Melbourne or something that serves it, and they serve it at something like $500 a shot. $500 a shot. Wow. Yeah. And if you buy the last shot in the bottle, they give you the bottle to take home because it is crystal and it is worth something. So if you buy the last shot of the bottle, they give you the bottle. Yep, 15,000.
I'm looking here at a 1858 cognac, Croisette or Croisette or.
This cognac's aged more than most of your scotches and bourbons. It's old as shit.
1858, and it went at auction for 156,760 bucks.
It's one of your high-end spirits because it's a bit older, a bit harder to process to make.
There's one older than that.
Get it in one region.
49,000. So that was cheaper, but it was a lot.
Because I don't know, I'm pretty sure that cognac's made with grapes. To be honest. Cognac comes as like a byproduct from like wineries and that type of stuff, but I think they use bad grapes or something and it's a long process, but I think cognac's made out of grapes. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I might be right.
Isn't your birthday today? Happy birthday, brother.
Better late than never. It's only
Still made it in time?
Still, an hour and a half left.
Yeah, it's still his birthday for a little while. 2.5 hours up there.
25th. Everyone's stormed the fucking SCG. Buddy Franklin.
Oh, for Buddy.
Goal.
Kicked his 1,000.
How'd they go last night? Did we lose or win?
We lost. We don't even want to know about it. We don't want to know about it. We lost. We were a decent little bit.
Play fucking some South American. For one more shot.
We should have had one goal though. That first goal that we scored should have sort of counted. That first one that we seen, Chiefy. That we were like, why didn't that count in the corner? That goal should have counted for us though. I don't know why it didn't, but we ended up losing 2-0.
Yeah. I still don't understand why.
Yeah, I still don't understand the decision there because I seen it and I was like, that's a goal. No, we're pretty much out of the World Cup now. We're looking at it sort of like, bad shit now. We ain't going nowhere. Unless we really pull our heads out of our asses.
Fucking hell. That's a lot of people going on the field, bro. I know people used to storm the field every time someone gets like 100 goals or 1,000 goals.
That's a lot of fines that they're going to be handed out.
Fucking mayhem.
But that's just intense. Look, the amount of people at the SCG, that's fucked.
Like, didn't they say they were going to fine people if they ran on the field?
Yeah, they were going
that's
to
a lot of fines. On it. Is it too many fines, Chiefy? Is it too many people?
That just makes people do it more. Like, you just fucking...
Well, they think the more people that do it, the less likely they are to find anybody.
Yeah, that's the mentality that the herd's going
They
with.
find everyone right
Oh,
there.
joy,
How much
they
money
can't
they'll
fight
make.
us all. They can't fight us all.
Patron,
It would
fucking
be a good payday for the AFL.
5,000 people storm the ground. So I guess.
Ka-ching!
5
Ka-ching!
million, fucking 50 million bucks.
Ka-ching!
Yeah, it's a tradition.
Yeah,
It's a good tradition.
but they tried to ban it this year.
They don't do that. I don't think anyone else. I don't think NFL can do it because I think they reacted to it once. They do that. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. First of all, they play football without padding, and then they run strong.
No, we just take it after soccer. We just try to be hooligans like that there.
They go on the field for different.
Just because the ref made a bad call.
The best one I saw recently was
Chase the ref around the time.
a ref made a bad call, and these young cunts fucking chased him and fucking started drilling him.
Some of those fucking fights over there.
That was actual players.
Start fighting. When they start, they're a weird fucking culture. Those countries, they react to things that we're just pretty chilled about, and we have to
take it to heart.
They're chilled about it. Like we're just so different. These 20s are fucking. I don't know why they're good in them. They always just seem good. They don't stay down for it. Fucking AFL disrespected fucking salary cap. Living how they account for it.
How else are they going to give Buddy $1 million? It's head fucking.
Something like that. Can't believe it. He must have served out that fucking contract.
We become a club. Oh, into this shit. I thought it would have to become a club.
I think it's too far. But he'd be on probably a 1 year contract each.
Yeah, you can go free agent. Fucking charge $2 million a year.
Yeah,
Free agents are going to ruin the game one day. Even the Americans have warned that one day free agents will ruin our game.
Oh, they're talking about private ownership now.
But they'll charge astronomical amounts. So you want to have this key player like Buddy, and Buddy will want $5 million, but you've got a salary cap. So therefore, everybody else gets $50,000 a year. So and they're playing on the same team as this company that's $5 million. Free agents one day doing
With players that are, been on the list for so long.
But it's just while we have a salary cap.
That ain't fit.
I appreciate that you need to reward these players and that they should be able to bargain for whatever they want to bargain for. At any given time. But there's a salary cap and other people are going to suffer to give you your millions of dollars a year. I mean, it already happens. How many players are on shit money and said, "This buddy gets $1 million a year."
Well, we don't be able to hold some of them.
The funniest one is Hawthorn, still to this day, you know what their starting salary is? Doesn't matter how good you are, in your first year, you get like 50 grand. Yeah, you get fuck all.
If you're on the rookie list,
Yeah, you get fuck all. If you want to play at Hawthorn, you've got to play at Hawthorn because you want to play at Hawthorn.
there's a lot of talent. Talking to some of the guys there, I remember Jeffrey Garland telling me how much he got paid as a rookie. He was like, you'd always pay him every day like every other country in this team.
Because there's cunts in there getting hundreds of thousands of dollars, and that's why you're getting. You've got to pay them.
But then after that, like, he served up to 2 years on the 2 years on the rookie list.
Well, then he can start bargaining for what he thinks he's worth.
Yeah, well, then they ended up giving, he was on like about 150, 200 a year, and after that, 1,000, 200,000. The draft, early draft picks, man, they get fucking big ones. As soon as they get drafted, they get better money. They're in hundreds of thousands.
If you're top of the pool, then yeah,
you're like
get
number one draft
money.
pick or something. But you'd be doing like 200k plus.
If you're the average player that's a few picks down, you ain't getting very good money.
No, but you still, if you're guaranteed as a draft to be over 100k. But if you're like a rookie list, so you just come in from the state league or something and make a rookie list, you'd be on like less than that. You'd be on 50,000. Dusty's taking a walk. So,
Dusty got the shits.
Sort of like looking around one point. Quite present.
Not old Dusty. It's not don't argue Dusty anymore. It's well maybe a little bit of
It's try and take them on out. It's like touch footy now with the umpires. You don't even have to play a tackle and fucking call ball.
You dive bombing Jack! Fucking,
Yeah,
what's the fucking point,
You
cunt?
got done by 1-2. There you
Fucking dive bombing Jack.
go.
Pearl Harbor.
They
Fucking
do it every fucking
fuck
time.
you dead.
You can guarantee there's one in every race. He will dive bomb you the moment he gets an opportunity.
And they drive so loose on purpose just to fucking, like, you know, be out of control when they're coming in. Oh, it's just...
All they do is just bump you off the track and they keep going. And it's just so wrong.
It's just like, nah, you're my fucking brake. I have right of way. It just gets your blood boiling.
No, it's the only way they're going to pass you. Because they're behind you, so they're using your slipstream.
Yeah.
And they're catching you all the time, and they think they're faster than you.
Yeah.
When really they're not.
They're not.
Just getting your speed.
Yeah. But then they choose to pass in stupid locations where you shouldn't pass on purpose.
Yeah.
9 years.
Oh yeah, because it was 1.1.
Still clean race, mate. I don't care, I got a clean race.
That's how we got the highest paid footballer, was 1.1 million a year.
What did you say, Bert, after? Oh yes, gonna play on.
That's just
Well, he looks good tonight. Like he's looking good this year. So he's had a good pre-season. He's ready to go. He doesn't look so
Question
slow.
is, who will he play for?
Yeah, that's the question. I don't think he'll stay in Sydney. I reckon he'll go back to
Well,
Hawthorn for
the
a year.
tip is that there's a tip that he'll stay in Sydney because his woman wants to stay in
Maybe
Sydney.
he might go to GWS maybe for...
Yeah, so he'll stay in Sydney because his woman's from up there.
Just sent her, eh? Fuck. She's
His
beautiful.
wife. Well,
My wife, he took. Fucking just sent a candy.
yeah, the thing is, she's from up there, so that might influence. We all know what happened with the Gary Ablett saga.
He ended up going back home, didn't he? I reckon.
Didn't you know, he never lived in Queensland the entire time he played for him.
He's getting flown up, was he?
He was getting flown up. He never even trained with them.
No, bullshit.
No, he never trained with them.
I find that hard to believe.
He trained with a local club in Geelong, and that was it. Yeah, he never
Really
trained
not.
with them. He'd fly up every weekend because his woman couldn't stand being there, so she lived here, and that was it. He'd just fly out Sunday night, come home, and then Friday he'd fly up there, have a kick with the boys, and then play.
And still dominate.
And still
ripping
dominate.
He's ripping teams apart.
But that's no bullshit. He barely trained with them. They reckon, here and there he trained with them, but not all the time. Because he just didn't live up there.
1 minute 40 until the next manufacturer's race.
That's why he was always destined to come back to Melbourne, because apparently his wife, Lauren, I think that's her name, couldn't stand the Gold Coast. Couldn't stand living up there.
Good for her.
Hey, what wifey says, mate. you know, fucking what they say. Happy wife, happy life. So, yeah, these boys are towing the line because they want their marriages to last.
But if you had a girl that looked like Jacinta Campbell, you'd probably, bend the rules a bit and then bend her over.
Yeah, she does the Margot Robbie legs open thing in front of him, and he's just a big ball of putty.
No, yeah.
He's a man. Never forget that. Yeah, he's a man that likes pussy. You just have to show him the pussy, and that's it.
We're all just mortal men at the end of the day.
Yes. Yeah. In the end, he's a man that likes pussy, so he will do as the pussy says.
I asked him if he loves eating pussy.
Let's start this shit.
Soon as the sentence finished.
That's pussy.
The rest of the tracks.
Yeah, I did okay in that race before. I raised my position by 1. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Could have finished worse off. I actually finished the position better.
Oh, the next one was open for entry now. It starts in 14 minutes.
I'll forget off. Gotta go to bed, got the kids here, get up, get my daughter's mop cut tomorrow. No, I've got to get this fucking girl's haircut. It's just a fucking mop. Poor girl, she's unfortunately got my hair, so it's like wire. My hair, different colour than mine.
So is there a qualifying time for this thing secured, or is it just what?
Yeah, you'll do a qualified before it. So it's your time that you do in that 5 minutes before it. You'll get about 2 laps in. And yeah, you just got to drill those 2 laps. So I'm pretty sure it just takes that qualifying time. I'm not sure if you set another one, whether that won't count. Try and do so anyway, because I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure that it takes the time that you're doing that race qualifier. So it does I think it's a 5-minute qualifier, and then it does the full lap race. But it even has a damage thing too, so if you run into somebody or run into a barrier, the cars, it doesn't happen for long, but for about 30 seconds, the car just handles like absolute shit, pulls and won't drive straight, and, So that's not a bad little characteristic. That'll stop people actually running into people hard, because then their cars won't drive properly after it. It doesn't last for long, but it's just long enough that your car's going to be hard to handle and you are going to slow down. I came out of that forest elbow pretty hard earlier and clipped the fence, and then fucking just about all the way down Conrod Straight, just pulling to the right, trying to pull onto the fucking grass to keep pushing it back onto the road, and then all of a sudden it just came straight again.
You drove it straight.
Now you know how you've got the little car icon on the bottom bar as you open the screen?
Yeah.
There'll be little red flashes where the damage is, so you'll know what you've damaged.
Okay.
Whether it's the front right, front left, or engine, or back of the car. So it'll give you an indicator of what's damaged. Yeah, I don't mind that dynamic. That just means you've got to stay off everything. You can't just crunch your way around the track. That might actually stop these people being able to do their AFK glitches. Because you're not going to be able to bounce off corners if you're getting damage and the car keeps pulling. You're going to end up spinning out or just driving it into the wall too hard that it will slow down and all the traffic will pass you. So it might be a good thing. Stop people cheating asses. Wouldn't mind one game where no one cheats. Because then you don't have to cheat to keep up with the game. Always had to cheat in the past because it was the only way to keep up with the game. Every other cunt was doing it and you were going to be behind if you didn't. So you always got to find something here and there. Especially in a game like fucking GTA. Jeez. You don't fucking cheat something in that game, you're never going to get anywhere.
Yeah, you're doing it wrong.
Never going to get anywhere. You have to sit down one day and add up how much all the shit in the game costs, like just all the businesses and what it takes to modify them. Before you even buy any cars.
Yeah, fucking hundreds of millions.
By now it'd have to be over 100 million. Definitely.
That's where I've spent a good life in GTA. You know, I've spent over $100 million, I can honestly say. And, yeah, that's it. I'm done with that game.
Like, there's one thing in the game that I never bought, and I don't regret not buying.
What's that?
The super yacht.
Nah, the one thing that I will never buy is
$8 million. $8 million that I've never spent, but I'm glad I never spent.
I'm glad I never bought a compressor.
I have an compressor.
No, I didn't buy one. I refused to. It's the one thing I will never own.
I have an old school compressor and a new one.
What do you mean? There's two?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, the Mark 1. But it's a motorbike, see, it's much harder to control. It's not just a straight fly, you've actually got to boost and glide it. It's actually a bit of a handful, the old compressor, but if you get the knack with it, it's not too bad, but nowhere near as good as the Mark 2.
That just raised support, yeah?
Yeah. Because yeah, all the Mark 1 is, it's just a motorbike with wings and a rocket on the back.
Homeless man's suppressor.
The thing was, when they first came out, guns were pretty good with them. And I would have liked them to have just kept those, even because you had to have at least a bit of skill to be that good with it. Whereas the new ones, it's a no-brainer. Like, if someone fires a rocket at you, all you're going to do is have a bit of boost.
Yeah.
And just go around in circles. They can't hit you.
That's not bad for any sort of time. You're running 217s around there, drives. Just shattered Griffo's dreams by a second and a half, pretty much.
Yeah, I know they'll never admit it, but the Oppressor Mark II just ruined the game.
Right, fucking, I hate thing. Fucking despise that one thing in the game.
Right, I got me mileage points. That's the second time you've told me I've collected more than 100 cars.
Yeah, so I think that's still a bit glitched out.
Yeah.
So when do they give you this entry? Where is it? Oh, it's unentered. Okay, so it's still fucking 4 minutes 20. I could technically do some
Well, there's an
ones.
engine. There's an engine. Is it going to give me the engine? No, it's one off.
Yeah, I did it to me the other night too. It was like fucking one off and it gave me some invitation to buy a Porsche. And I'm like, fuck you. Invitation to buy a
that in your
Porsche.
ass. Invitation to spend a lot of money. Thank you. That's all I needed was an invitation to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, like, I don't want that. You don't even get any money, nothing like that. That just feels like a rob, yeah.
Alright, let's have a look at this update. What does it say? Fixed issue when swerving somewhere, blah blah blah. Yeah, they're just all issue fixes.
Well, 3 minutes. The drives are his first ever manufacturer's cup race.
Bad one. Fixed a rare issue wherein the game progression would reset if the game was started with an unstable network connection.
Ooh.
Jesus.
That's probably a good one to get on.
Yeah, that's a good one to get on top of. Jesus.
Some people play with some unstable internet.
Well, yeah, and as we know here in this country, you
can't help it.
Can get pretty unstable sometimes.
Yeah, you can't help it.
She's already in bed. How long's she been off for? 55 minutes.
That's gonna be interesting, this fucking race. Fall up at Bathurst. Let's try to get some points. What was about the times they were running 6 unit?
In my race, they would do the qualifying was a 218, low 218, like 218.2,
really?
218.2 or 218.3.
Fuck, yeah. I just dropped to 217. I would have been pole. Fuck, I would have been pole. That gives me a little bit of hope. If that's the class of races we're raced against, that gives me a bit of hope that I might be able to drop a half decent qualifier and win. Give me that race. Give me those opponents, please. I'll take that.
In the end, I was only like 2.1 seconds behind them, which I didn't think was too bad.
Because I just posted like a fucking low 217, I think, in the warm up.
Yep. You got to see what you can throw down in that qualifier. See, I think that's the key, is to take that qualifier time.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get a good qualifier. Here we go. Oh wait, no, what's this? Warm up? No, just straight in the race. No qualifying times. I'm just 6th on the board. That's it.
Oh no, it'll go through the qualifier. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
If you haven't raced yet.
Got some points. Yeah. Got some boys here that have got some active points. I've got 0 active points.
And you got to qualify with them on the track, so be ready to go as soon as you can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. To get out first. You don't want to get out with them in front of you. You might think it might be an advantage to get slipstream, but they will fuck with you if you try and get past them.
Do I have to push warm up or something, or what? Is that what I'm meant to be doing here?
Or? No, it'll count. If there's a countdown, Just wait till the countdown's over.
Fuck, 20-car race too, huh?
Yeah.
Big field. Big field. It's been interesting. I've done this. Yeah, qualifying for 7 minutes, then race for 4 laps.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll get an out lap and 2 laps. Just go for it.
Yeah.
And don't cross the fucking pit lane line.
What do you mean?
As you exit the pits, drive straight. Don't cut across to the right-hand side.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if you drive across the pit lane line, you'll get a 3-second penalty.
Okay.
It's very strict on that, because like the first 3 people that went out in my race got the pit lane penalty, including myself. I don't know how many behind us got it, but
So you start in your garage. That's kind of cool.
yes, but it'll throw you out into the pit lane. And as you come around that corner, just stay over to the left-hand side of the track. Don't go too far over to the right. You'll see a line on the track as you're coming out. And don't cross that line. Not until the line's finished.
Yeah. I think I see what you meant there, where it goes dotted there. You got to go out of the dotted part.
Yeah, you can't go too far over to the right. You'll be interested to see what you get for your qualifier.
Just know better to play the track.
Yeah. How many got out in front of you?
I've got one dude like right in front of me up in 10th, I think. I don't like this Asian dude in front of me. He really should get out of my way.
As long as he's not kamikaze Japanese. They're the worst for it. You guarantee there'll be one in every race. Just fucking dive bomb.
How are they going to take this? You're a dog, mate. Don't do that. What are you doing? Japanese dude just puts up the ankles, just fuck out of nowhere. Up to 8th now. Now there's another dude on. These Aussies, so I have to fucking trust them. They should know the fucking track. I have faith in Aussies. To a degree. They should know the track. I'm just going with that assumption. They're home fucking track, for fuck's sake. You don't know it.
Yeah. Some react badly when they get past. They'll give you a nudge as you go past, trying to pit maneuver you. finished your out lap yet?
Yeah. I'm on that first lap. Just come down the forest over now. Mr. Herb Dillon in front of me.
Oh, that's right.
Got 2 minutes left to qualifying, so I might be able to sorry, 2 minutes 50 left.
Yeah, you'll be having another lap. It'll always let you finish that last lap as long as you're on the pace. Sometimes you have to wait when you're in the lobby if you finish. Waiting for other people to finish their last flying lap.
So far we're running with a 2:16.9.
Is that what your the fastest is?
I'm second on the grid. Yeah, so far. Got the second fastest qualifying time so far. Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing one more good lap. This will be your last one.
Don't do it to me, Herb Dave. Come on, get out of my way, bro. Move that Subaru boy. I don't know why I did that, but something just told me I had to. Usually you never
Keep going, Bobby.
No, I just really geared down to like near the sand pit, so I dropped right down to third gear for that corner for some reason. I don't know why I do it to myself, but it makes sense now, because I got very flustered up ahead and kept me out of it. Something that just made me decide, nah, get right off of our drags. Yeah, it's smart to do it, because down through that section is fucking very flooded. Mr. Herb D hasn't only like to show the colours of the track, I'll say that. You know, play drags, I know else you get the points. Well, I'm good for 4th in the grid. I'm happy with that. Good for 4th in the grid. I didn't beat my second last bit. 5th on the grid, damn it. Somebody else just pinged me.
Yeah, now they're going to roll over. You shouldn't get too much lower than that if you're going to do some time.
2:16.9. It's fucking pretty quick. It's the quickest I've went.
What'd the leader get?
Not sure. Until it clicks to the next screen. Still got a couple of concentrate.
Should be up on that screen, maybe.
It just says penalty blank. Oh no, because he's still. Oh, he got a bonus lap in. The dude that's on pole position. They must have run that quick that they fucking.
You got an extra lap.
Fuck, I'm down to 6th now. Okay, fair enough. Because yeah, the dude that's on pole position is still running. The dude that's in 2nd is still running. The dude that's in 5th is still running. Everybody else is finished. So fuck. Well, at least if those 3 do a better time, they can't knock me down any further. I'm 6th. I'm happy with that. No, 7th. Oh, okay. Where did you start on the grid?
Me.
Yeah.
9th.
Yeah, I'm about pace. Yes, good. So he's a checker.
Cool, man. So we've got play shells and do they all finish rolling yet?
35 seconds.
Alright, still counting
Yeah, 30 seconds. They must have had, like, yeah, they got out, they got some good laps, so I reckon, yeah, they finished the start line, you know, just while they're still talking the clock. You would have to have. There's only one dude left now, fucking running, that's the leader, as expected. That Corvette. So I think I ultimately ending up with 7th on the grid. With the dude that I was following for that whole lap, Herb D, they were right behind me.
it. Alright.
Fucking hell. The best time was a 2:15.4,
2:15.
and I got a 2:16.9. So I was about, what, second and a half off? Yeah. The dude ahead of me got a 2:16.8.
Your dudes are fucking... Your dudes are running a lot quicker than what they were in my race.
Yeah, I think, and they're round 2, they're like, looking at their points, they've, you know, competed in the first round.
Yeah.
How many points did you get?
I do not know.
Okay.
I do not know.
And how do you put a custom Libby on this car? I didn't know you could put a custom Libby on this car.
Yeah, well, it's technically your car now.
Oh, so you just got to select that one out of the garage. Right?
So yeah, you've got it selected already. So just go to the livery editor and put the livery on it.
True. And the other car's an RX Vision. Well, I've already done the livery for that, so I can just apply that, just load it onto it.
Yeah, should be able to just load it on. But yeah, it is technically your car at the moment. Because if you want the intermediates and the wets, then they're going to cost you.
Buy them. Yeah. Oh, so it goes through the whole grid, does it? With everybody on the grid, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Nice.
Yeah.
Definitely doing a custom Livy. I'm definitely doing a custom Livy.
Rev your car up.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing a custom Livy. There he is, Drags. Hey, Dragon. Woo! This is detailed and shit. It tells you like the gap and that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
This is technical shit.
We did that for that other championship on the last one on
See, I never did
Gran
these.
Turismo Sport.
No, see, I never did these last time. I was missing out.
I reckon they're pretty good. Yeah, they're pretty good.
All these cunts steering their steering wheels, flashing their lights and shit.
Yeah. Everyone sits on the grid fucking revving their engine.
Like, you need a commentator, and here he is, blah blah blah. Fucking just need a
bit like
commentator.
that.
Fucking, that's the only thing that's missing. I'm doing a livery after this race for this car.
Yeah, the amount of time you lose when you start around that fucking bend. Not happy with that either.
The good old famous Jets Bathurst. Famous sight of the track.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time. Happens every race.
Alright, I better get moving.
It's easy to see you.
Catch you afternoon.
I shall see you on tomorrow.
Happy racing.
Yes, yes. first Manufacturers Cup. Take it. Take it. Up 2 positions. Clean race. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, that's a decent one. Total points earned, 130. Nice. Okay. Okay. It's a strange night.